It's time.
Bring on the hot.
All right, here we go.
Cocktail show.
Get ready to have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Oh, I like that.
Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
Wow.
I've allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
Cocktail show.
Garry.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Garry.
But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He is Garry Meier.
Snow, snow, snow.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Hi, everybody. This is Will Lee wishing you a very safe and happy Merry Christmas to all the fans of Garry Meier and the GarrForce.
Welcome to the Garry Meier Show Cocktail Hour Live.
Cocktails. Woo, drinks.
We're streaming live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central.
On Friday, December 22nd, 2023.
Hey, Svengoolie here, and I don't know if I should wish you a Merry Christmas or a Scary Christmas or a Garry Christmas, but either way, hope you're having a good time.
Of course, no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa.
The best way to watch this show is the GarrForceLIVE YouTube channel.
YouTube. Subscribe to the GarrForceLIVE YouTube channel.
More eyeballs. It's a good thing.
Please like and share the show on all the social media channels.
Comments during the live show, wherever we are streaming, can be seen in our virtual studio.
We may show them on the screen
and or talk about them.
Pretty good, huh? Now, fasten your seatbelts. It's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live.
Live.
Here we go. The following may be disturbing on America's podcast. Boom. Shakalaka.
Finger guns. Hello. Welcome to, well, you know what it is. We just did a few minutes on what it is. I am Gary Miller as the Beaver, and we are going to have some festive cocktailing going on tonight. It is going to be music with some incredible musicians. And I want to thank Alan, the producer of the cocktail show, for giving me that little reading from Svengoolie and Will Lee. That was very nice. Thank you, Alan. Good to see those guys. Svengoolie's nationwide now. That show that he does is syndicated across the country, and he can't go into a shopping mall in any major city anymore without being mobbed. We have to do a few things here before the whole show officially starts, as you know. If you've seen it before, if you don't know, well, here's what happens. I kick the tires and light the fires. That's the normal procedure Monday through Thursday, but on the cocktail show, we have, during the holidays, 2 more sequences that have to happen, and Leslie performs both of them. Hello, Leslie. Hello.
Hey, everybody. Merry Christmas. Even got some Christmas decorations behind us today. So it starts with a Sauvignon Blanc with a wine condom that seems like it's got some serious pressure going on. So here we go with that part.
3, 2, whoop.
Oh, it's just kind of a bloop.
Yeah, it was a loop.
And being that it's the holiday, this is the pièce de resistance that we've all been waiting for. It's Pee-Pee Santa.
Pee-Pee Santa. Oh, Santa's gonna pee-pee in Leslie's glass.
Into our oh yes glass. So here we go, everybody.
And she has
he's got a stream going today.
Papa.
Okay.
Stop. Pee-wee, stop. Pee-pee, stop. And you have put eggnog in there by my request. You did it last week, and you're accommodating that again this week. It's a little watered down because
yeah, I'm not a big fan of eggnog
at all. You had to water it down to get it through pee-pee, but you're not a fan even when it's not diluted.
I can take 4 ounces in the entire Christmas season. So I've hit my limit, and now I'm doing it for you guys because I love you so much. Pow, pow, pow. Finger gun.
Okay, I'm going to see your pee-pee, Santa, and raise you.
Oh my. It has Tracy from Wisconsin been at it again.
I assume it's from her, but I didn't see a name with it. But it has a Tracy feel to it because she likes to have a good time. And
Yes, she does.
so, hello, PP Santa.
He's not full frontal, is he? Oh, he is posterior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Santa's excited because it's time for
It's
him
almost time
to come down the chimney.
Yeah, yes, it is. Cheers. You know,
Cheers.
yeah, he could get stuck with that thing. So
Hello.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So we got that going for us, which is nice. All right. Now we are officially airborne. All the sequences have been activated, and you're going to have stories later. You're giving stuff away. We'll show what that is.
Oh, we've got a Christmas prize package for you today. You're going to love it.
Did you feel the lengthening daylight at all? Did you feel the extra daylight at all? Not at all.
The 3.2 seconds worth of
all right.
lengthening
It's in the right direction.
So a friend of mine is a very serious newsman, journalist from New York, and he runs the New York, what is that super club that journalists belong to? I don't know. They have secret handshakes and everything, but nothing winds him up tighter this time of year than when people say in a broadcast that the days are getting longer. No, goddamn it! They're still 24 hours. They're never going to be more.
Wait a minute. Okay,
you said daylight. You're no. This is not a correction. You've got it right. Well, in the same way, you know that it's daylight saving time. It's not daylight savings time, but oh my goodness.
I say daylight. I didn't say the days are getting longer.
Exactly.
They're always the same.
No, and with that, no, kudos to you because you get it right the first time every time.
That's it. I'm not as dumb as I look.
What?
We're going to go to the comments, and we have the first commenter every week out of the box. Keely-Ann, what is it? I'm baking
cookies.
Yeah.
Can you read it?
Yeah, I see it because I don't have the screen door up yet. He came early and splashed eggnog all over my schnauzer. Merry Christmas, GarrForce. Well, there she is.
Merry Christmas.
That starts it off. Now, is this right?
Yes, it is.
Right.
Look at that. First time, every time.
Screen door is up. Let's take a look. Alan, put them up and I'll read them. Martin from British Columbia. Merry Christmas. He's here every week. Good to see you, Martin. Jadine, happy holidays. Dale, Wheatfield, Indiana. The Wander State. Buford, Maliki Laka. Malik. I am from United States.
Right.
Mela
Kaliki Maka. Mela Kaliki Maka is the thing to say on a bright
Hawaiian day. Isn't there a scene in the movie Stripes where Harold Ramis is teaching people how to speak English? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Season's greetings from a rare rainy day in Glendale, Arizona.
Oh,
well,
they've been getting a lot of rain in the Southwest.
Yeah, but a lot of states, no white Christmas because it is mild on the top part of the country. Sammy checking in from Mundelein, Illinois. Sammy, hello, Sammy. Kevin, hello. Well, here's the bit. I ran out of bread mixes, and I told everybody on my list I want bread mixes. Okay. Bread mixes. So I should be, I'm hoping by Monday night I'm stocked and I can crank that thing up again. All right. Greg, Dacula, Georgia. I'm back, baby. And may I say how grateful I am for the Garry Meier family that gathers here each Friday. Hey, we're grateful for you. I mean, really, you're the percussion of the whole thing. We love you so much because you've been so great to us. In fact, my first guest was introduced to me by a listener. Listener Jeff sent me this video of Timmy Sean, and he said, "Have you seen this?" And I said, "No, it's a rework of the latest Beatles song." Let me take this down. Talking through a
you can open the door now.
Yeah.
We're safe. You can open the door.
My mommy's not home. You'll have to come back later. And so I play Timmy's version of Here and Now, or Now and Here and Now, Now and Then, Here and Now, Now and Then. There's their follow-up. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. But before I get to Timmy, and thank you everybody else for checking in. Doug, gree free. You don't want any gree. If you're eating ribs or drinking eggnog, keep the gree off the pie hole. That's what my bumper sticker says.
One more time before.
Are you going to do it? Oh, is he's got some? Oh,
oh yeah. Well, it's Christmas. I had to make sure he was.
That did it. That did it good time. You did it real good. Here's what I got for Christmas last year from family members. I got the Griswold house.
Oh, very nice.
I got the tenement on wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I got the station wagon with the tree on top.
Oh, my. Oh, what's left? I mean.
Okay. You got Cousin Eddie in his bathrobe getting ready to fill the shitter.
Oh.
Okay. Can you see that okay?
Oh, you can. Hold them still. There we are.
And Clark getting ready to plug in stuff.
Ah.
There it is.
That's
yeah.
Nothing says Christmas like that.
Right. And as we all know, this is the home of the kissing schnauzers. Got that going for us, which is nice. All right. I am very excited to bring my first guest on. And we were talking to Timmy before we went on live. And wow, fascinating guy. And let's bring him on and talk music. Hello, Timmy.
Hey, Gary. Good to be here.
Yay, thank you for doing this. And as I mentioned, I was just so excited when a listener said, check this out. Now let's do this. Let's play your version of Now and then we'll talk. How about that?
Sounds great.
All right, let's roll it, Ellen.
True. It's all because of you. And if I make it through, it's all because of you. And now and then, if we must start again, well, we will know for sure that I will love you. Now and then, I miss you. Oh, now and then, I want you to be there for me, always to return to me. I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if you go away, I know you'll never stay. Now and then, I miss you. Oh, now and then, I want you to be there for me. I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if I make it through, it's all because of you. Of you. All because of you.
All right, very nice. And you're performing all the instruments, vocals, everything. That's you.
It's me on everything. Yeah, it's me on everything, and then I ran my vocals through like an AI simulator thing, like a filter that gives it that Paul, John, George sound. But it's me on all the instruments, and I sang all the parts first.
Great photos too with the video. Nice work on that.
Thank you. I mean, there's a great Facebook page. I linked it in the video that just compiles it'll say what day the picture was taken in the studio. They track it down. It was this song, and they have just tons of pictures I've never seen before. So I just kind of
I was going to say, for us Beatles fans, Timmy, I think I've seen every photo, and then I see something like that. I haven't seen these photos before. Yeah,
there was a picture I came across the other day on there that I used. I did a Real Love version, like a kind of 67 version of Real Love, and there was a picture of John with Yoko from like 1967, which that was like the earliest picture I can picture of the two of them. I think they were recording like Fall on the Hill or something in like September or something of 67. And I was like, I haven't seen them together that early.
The way you put it together is more of a, to me, 64, 65 mop toppy era for the Beatles. That's the sound. The way that McCartney put the one that we heard initially together, a little more brooding and hypnotic in the sense that it would be in that 67, 68 era of the Beatles. When you heard the song for the first time, did you think, oh, I think I can do it a different way? I don't want to say better because I guess that would be blasphemous, but what were your thoughts when you first heard the song?
You know, I had heard the piano demo for years, so I kind of had in my head, like, it's probably going to be this tempo. It's probably going to be, you know, I knew I was familiar with John's demo for a long time. So I wasn't shocked with the direction that they went, but I really liked it. I thought, like, I personally wouldn't want Paul to come out with like a version that sounds like a 60. I think he doesn't like to repeat himself. He wouldn't necessarily want to go back and just try to be like the mop top at, you know, 80. But when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is a really cool song. I like what he did with it. And then I just kind of grabbed an acoustic. When I started playing the song, I was like, it really kind of came through as like, oh, this could be an early Beatles song. This could be like a 64, like a Things We Said Today, or I'll Be Back. It kind of has similar chords. Even the lyrics are kind of just kind of fit that whole. And I was like, oh, like, and I love her. A very Hard Day's Night soundtrack was the first thing I thought when I started just playing it with an acoustic. And I was like, maybe I'll just try reworking and just do like a cover of it and see how that comes together. So I did that. The day that they put the song out, I recorded my version without the AI, just kind of doing a straight cover, but inspired by 64. And I put that out the next morning, and people seemed to dig it. And then I was like, I'd messed around with like the AI stuff a little bit here and there. I'm like, I wonder what it would sound like, just for my own curiosity. I was like, I wonder what it would sound like if I ran like my vocals through it. And I'm like, well, that sounds pretty cool. I'm like, and I started playing for my girlfriend. I sent it to her brother. I was like, you think this is worth like putting out there? I don't know. I'm like, it's a little touchy with people, you know, I'm a songwriter too. So with AI, it can get a little tricky, but I was like, hey, you know what? It's fine. I think people get what it is. It's a totally different interpretation. And
it's an homage.
It is.
You would call it an homage, yeah. You were first introduced to the Beatles by your father, I read, where he was in a Beatles tribute band, and you were a little kid watching him, and that was the aha moment for you, right?
Yeah, it really was. You know, I really didn't get to like discover the Beatles because it was just always there. Like, it was just, I mean, I guess anybody who grew up after they were around, it's probably just around in the house and stuff. But yeah, my father and uncles, they started off, they did covers and they did originals, and they got asked, you know, in the 70s, they were like, hey, some promoter was like asking them, could you do a night of one band? And they're like, well, we could probably do the Beatles. So they did that, and then the next day we're like, we want to book your Beatles show. And they're like, Beatles show? What is that? Like, so then they put on like a, you know, a turtleneck and eventually a wig, and they were like one of the first Beatles tribute bands. And so I grew up learning all of the songs. I had instruments around, drums in kindergarten. I played twist and shout on the drums, so it's kind of been a part of my upbringing, right in the DNA. So by the time the anthology came out, I was maybe 10, 12 maybe, and that was like the first time I could hear a new Beatles song. So that was really kind of my Sullivan was the anthology. I was so excited. I'm like, they're gonna have a new Beatles song, and they had like a countdown going on TV, and so now when I'm an adult and have my own recording set up, and it was like, what other chance am I gonna have to cover a new Beatles song? So that just kind of was exciting, just to try to knock something out fast. And yeah.
I know some people, Timmy, and I'm sure you've heard these comments. Well, the Beatles, I don't know. Listen, this is not hyperbolic. What they did is still reverberating to this day. And if you look at sales of records, they're on the top of the heap still by millions. The second place is many millions below them. And it's not all, oh, it's just a moment and it's gone. It's still here. And to grow up, be a teenager when they hit our shores, it's hard to describe the feeling. I know part of it was we were about 2 months out of the JFK assassination, so the whole country was in a funk. And it's timing. I understand. Time and good lighting, that's all life is. Timing was excellent because we were looking for something to pull out of that depression. And they come on to the Ed Sullivan Show and, oh my God, everything's okay again. But they delivered too. It was, watching them was mesmerizing.
Yeah, and I very familiar with, like, from the Beatles story, growing up around. I've helped them put together their show and using news footage. My father and uncles, their Beatles tribute show. So like, and I've played in their band. I've filled in as Ringo. I've done so. Like, I know the music inside and out. But the thing that the Beatles hit at the right time, and then they also had the preparation. Like, they had been kind of step at a time. They were going from Liverpool to London and then going across Europe. So like, they were such a polished act by the time they hit, the States. It was like they were ready to go. Like, it's such a, like, they had the song, they kind of got their bad songs out of the way by the time anybody in the States ever heard them. It was like, they were just, I mean, the great music that they put out in a span of 6 years. I mean,
an album every 6 months, Timmy. An album came out every 6 months.
Yeah.
You see these artists today once every 5 years, maybe, and it comes out.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I haven't, I'm lucky if I get an album out every few years, and it's like the stuff that they put out with like no bad song on any of them. Like, it's just like hit after hit after hit after hit, and then the album cuts have stood the test of time too. It's amazing.
Yeah, and they were all under 30. It was over by the time they were all 30. You put all that in the bozo pewter, and it is mind blowing. I think there is no way that they can be oversold. It's a genuine phenomenon that hasn't been repeated. I think when I'm watching Taylor Swift now, the popularity and everything, it has a taste of that because she has this fandom that is supernova. But and she writes her own music, and she is of that genre. So I think she would be in that orbit a little bit.
Yeah, and she's another act that's grown with her fans, and I feel like her music has grown a little bit with, like, she's, how the Beatles became more mature, obviously, by Sgt. Pepper's and Abbey Road. Like, I feel like her albums, she kind of started off as a, it's funny, there's an amusement park that I played years ago with, we opened up for my dad's band with my original band, and in the middle of Pennsylvania, it's where I met my girlfriend's hometown. And Taylor Swift performed at that same amusement park like the week after us. It was like 2005 maybe. And there's footage from her. We're like, hey, we played that same stage in that amusement park. So she came from, playing to singing her tracks, singing little pop song, country songs, to now, stadiums with. But I feel like her albums have progressed and her fans have grown with her in the same way. At least the Beatles, came from, She Loves You and Teeny Boppers through. By the time they came out, it was like, these guys are the best songwriters of modern time.
I first saw her in concert at a Tim McGraw show. He was promoting her at the time, and he says before his set, "Hey, I want to have somebody start off here that I think you're going to like. Her name is Taylor Swift. I think she was 18 at the time, and she comes out all by herself and strumming the guitar, walking around." I'm like, geez, I feel inadequate when I watch people like Taylor and yourself, where I think, my God, these people are so talented, and I'm just flapping my soup coolers here. I don't know. You guys are intimidating, is what I'm saying. But I'm happy that I got a chance to meet you here, and I talked to Will Lee, bassist Will Lee, a few weeks ago about the Get Back documentary, and I assume you've seen it. And that was a moment where we got to go inside and watch them record and birth songs.
Yeah, you know, and I'm really happy that, because I think originally they were going to do like a 2-hour version, put it in theaters. Like, I'm really glad that Peter Jackson fought and got the, like, I think he was like, you know, I'm going to do like 3 episodes. I forget what the original number was, but he just kept adding stuff in because he was like, I know that this stuff's going to go back in the vault. So I really think we all have Peter Jackson to thank for getting so much of that footage out there that is just like, it's crazy. It's really great just to have, you know, live out there for everyone to see how they went through their process.
And you make your living as a hired gun musician, and you have your own band. You put music out, and if people want to see your stuff, where should they go? Because you have a lot of YouTube pieces out there, right?
Yeah, if you want to see all the videos, I have covers. I have these Beatles AI. I've done a couple of them. I have a new one I'm going to actually put out probably in a couple hours tonight, that I have a Beatles AI cover. But I have my original music is Timmy Sean. It's a YouTube channel is Timmy Sean. All my original music is on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. If you want to follow me on Instagram, any of those, I constantly just self-promoting all the different projects I'm working on. But
well, I'm glad I got a chance to meet you and was introduced by a listener to your music. And I want to leave you with this quote from Liam Gallagher from Oasis. Have you heard this quote from him?
I think I have.
Okay, here it is. When asked by a fan if he was worried he wouldn't like the song Now and Then, he replied, "The Beatles could shit in my handbag and I'd still hide my polo mints in there."
Perfect.
There it is. Really, us Beatles fans, that's the way it is. And it's just good to have something that is always reliable, and whenever you hear one of their songs, going in the car, turning the radio on.
Yeah,
and it's still the energy. The energy is so...
I'm still rebuying it. I just got the Red and Blue albums, the new remixes. They're great. I'm still buying CDs of it.
It's unlike anything else that, I mean, unless you want to do drugs, that can make you feel that good, I think. All right. Timmy, Merry Christmas, brother.
Merry Christmas, Gary. Thanks for having me on, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Timmy Sean. How about that? I'm going to keep an eye on him because I want to have him back on.
Oh, yeah.
In the future.
And there was some kind of... It wasn't the cleanest cut that we were playing. Go check out his YouTube channel for the super clean cut, because there it's indistinguishable with the actual Beatles when you hear it.
I think that was a little rougher than I first heard it, but you're right.
We're taking it through multiple channels here, so yeah, please, before you pass any kind of judgment, you pass judgment.
You got the essence of it.
It's fan-frickin-tastic. Exactly.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
You get the essence of it, and polished up, which it will be when you go and watch it on YouTube. You go, wow, it's even more incredible. Yeah.
Exactly.
What a nice guy.
And we should congratulate one of our listeners, Greg, on his vasectomy. So cheers, Greg.
I would imagine watching Pee-Pee Santa had to be painful for him.
Well, aren't you required to make sure the tubes are cleared for the next few weeks? Isn't that how that works?
I don't know.
Everything I learn is from Wikipedia. So okay, maybe not everything, but
now that you mention this, there is radio history that I was part of. My partner decided to have a vasectomy, and he was a little apprehensive. So he thought the best way to do that, to kind of take his mind off it, is to broadcast the vasectomy live on the air, which we did. And as he was getting the vasectomy, I was narrating. And the strange part, after that, there were DJs around the country that were getting vasectomies. I don't think they wanted them, but they saw what a great bit it was. And I'm thinking,
Exactly.
if we cut our hands off, we got to do that, man. That's cool.
There's a program director going, there are these guys in the Midwest. If they can do it, you can do it. Cut your hand off now.
Yeah. Okay.
That's going to get us some extra listeners.
Yeah, that'll, as they said, like Christmas, that'll bring in the people, Grandpa.
Well, and kudos to you, because this was an audio bit, but your color commentary brought it all to life for us. That is the value of the spoken word, folks. So if you can't join us on Friday, please listen throughout the week. And there's a value in language and what you can bring to the table that way.
What I remember is when
the blood.
No, not that. I remember when they shaved him, and I asked the doctor, I said, how much just for the shave? Well, how much does that cost? Because then you swim faster.
Oh, Lordy. And did you actually eyes on the procedure the entire time? No queasiness? No.
I mean, I wouldn't jump in and get it done right away, but I guess the recovery wasn't all that bad. I mean, it's tender as it would be. And, but I just got a kick out of it because the doctor who did it was a good friend of ours and just a terrific guy. And he made everything pleasurable to go through. And when you see it done like that,
there was a vast difference between what he did and what others might have done.
There it is. There it is. He almost makes you want to do it even if you don't want to do it.
Get some frozen peas and let's have at it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. You ready to move on with some Oh Yes? We've got the guys from Oh Yes on. Ellen, you said to talk to them first before we play their song, right?
Yep, for their time consideration.
Okay, yes. Brian and Matt from Oh Yes, the house band of the GarrForce, are with us. And when we were talking before we went on, you no doubt can see what's behind Brian. And I thought, are you at a Hallmark card shop? You said that is your house, and you are basically Hallmark.
Yes, the wife, she loves Christmas, so she goes. It's like a Hallmark movie threw up in the house, but I like it.
Wow.
And do you set it up or does she do it because she doesn't want your meat hooks on it?
Yeah, no, I set up the 12-foot skeleton and she handles all the Christmas stuff.
Okay.
So,
okay, here we go. Wait a minute. Before we go on, Brian goes, I have a confession to make. And he shows us his ink. Okay. Is that your house?
No, that's not my house.
Okay. Let's show us your ink.
So, because I know you guys talk about this stuff a lot, and then I'm like, oh,
I just think it should be temporary.
Yeah, no, I got a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, but look at you. You have the office style tats, so that you could put a shirt on and a tie and go any which where in the planet and look like a buttoned up normal, not normal, but I mean
not
a very
normal,
proper man.
Yes, I've had my daughter ask me or encourage me to go full sleeve, and I'm like, I just can't do it. I've done enough. I'm good where it's at. So yeah,
wow,
I can cover
that's
up.
pretty
No
bad when a young person goes, Dad, can you cover it up? I'm embarrassed.
No.
She wants full sleeve.
She wants me to go.
Oh, I thought you said full sleeve, meaning the whole sleeve down.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I'm at half sleeve. She wants me to go full sleeve.
You mean sleeve doing the whole arm? Okay.
Correct.
What is the design you've got there, Brian? What is it?
On me?
Yeah.
There's tons of stuff. Well, this is it gets weird. I got to be honest with you, but like there's a Grim Reaper over here. I've got some guitars on there, and what else? Oh, I'm Irish, so there's a skull and a clover.
Is it all by the same artist or
same person, just over a period of many years? Yeah. and then the other arm is like folklore and urban myth and stuff like that.
Wait, what's that? I'm Irish, so I got a skull. What's the Irish tie in there?
The skull is in like a 4-leaf cloth. I like skulls. I don't know why, but I do. So it's hard to see.
Everybody has one.
Yeah. I've never seen mine. I don't know what mine looks like.
Well,
I'm curious.
Someday. Good Lord. Hey, Santa's coming on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
The other confession was, and I have an 18-foot tall skeleton.
12 foot.
12-foot skeleton. Now, I want to clear something up here. I'm not anti-tall skeletons. I'm anti when the skeleton is kneeling down to baby Jesus in the nativity scene.
Yeah, no.
Okay, because Timmy Sean said he's got one too, a big skeleton. I said, I'm not anti-tall skeleton. It's just put it away after Halloween. Yes. I like those big figures, actually. And it's not inflatable, so you've passed that test.
Right. I can't do that. And nothing against those people who enjoy their inflatables. It's just not for me. When like I think you called it lawn puke, when it's not blowing, it's just kind of laying there. And
right.
It's not for me, but I pass no judgment. I've got a 12. There you go.
And that's what my bumper sticker says. If it's blowing, it's just laying there.
That's
what
it.
It says. Okay.
So I was very confused, Gary. I didn't know if I should go with my.
There it is.
Marty Moose. So that's filled with eggnog, which, by the way, Leslie, I could drink by the gallon. Or I've got my Manhattan with Luxardo cherry. So I'm double fisting it today.
All right. And Matt, what are you doing to make your life better?
Oh, he's muted.
This guy works with microphones, okay? Matt, you're muted.
Uh-oh.
Man, he was there before the show.
Oh, yeah. It's still muted. There we go.
You can see there's a line through the microphone means you're muted, Matt.
No, he doesn't have the mute symbol. His mic's just not picking things up.
Aww.
Yeah, Matt, you want to go out and come back in?
Yeah, that's the normal solution.
When in doubt.
Okay, in the meantime, you want to play the song, Alan, and then we'll
sure. Let's do that. Matt can leave the studio and come back, and we'll play their song, which will play. Here we go.
All right.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping.
Christmas, everybody, and happy holidays. Santa Claus is coming to town. 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 Santa Claus is coming to town.
Very nice. Very nice. Much like I enjoy Timmy Sean's version of Now and Then better than McCartney's, I like your version better than Springsteen's.
Hey.
High praise, high praise.
Well, and you're getting like feedback. Nice job with the walk down on the bass. I don't even know how to play a bass, but that sounds like a good thing.
Well, I know Lloydster is a bass brother. I see him once a month at the bass players meeting. So yeah, he notices things like that. God bless him.
There is a secret club of bass players out there?
Oh, well, because let's be honest, and Lloydster knows this, bass players never get the love. It's the lead singer, like it's Matt, it's my daughter, it's the guitar player. The bass player is the guy or the girl holding it all down, but they never get the recognition. So thank you, Lloydster.
There was always a joke about how do you define a drummer? He's the guy who shows up with the band or something. Yeah.
No, it's what do you call a guy hanging around with four musicians? The drummer.
The drummer. There you go.
And your daughter, Katie, is the lead vocalist there, or one of the lead vocalists, and she was invited to partake in this get-together tonight, and she said, it's 2 days before Christmas. I got things to do.
I hope she's out buying me a present. That's all I know.
You guys are playing tonight, sir?
We are.
Can
Matt,
you guys,
are you on? Yeah, we
can
got
you guys finally hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Man, this
Yay.
Wi-Fi. I've been listening
This
to the whole
damn
show, and then
Wi-Fi.
all of a sudden it goes black. Yeah, we're 8 o'clock at the Broken Oar. It's in Port Barrington. I'm hoping Caitlin shows up. Brian, is Caitlin coming?
She is coming. She'll be there 10 minutes before we start, as always.
Good. That's how it should be. That's how it should
So this
be.
is Port Barrington, Illinois.
Yeah, Broken Oar. Great food.
Broken Oar.
It's
And
right-
that is at what time again, Central?
We're 8 o'clock, 8 to 11:30. All acoustic. We'll do some Christmas stuff, all your favorite songs. We'll mention you a few thousand times. Talk about Brian's tattoos.
At his skeleton.
And his, we did play a funny joke on Brian though, and it never launched on social media, where we photoshopped the photo of myself continuing the sleeve, and nobody ever caught on to it. It was funny though. I found it. Brian, did you find it?
I enjoyed it, and I'm considering it.
Yeah.
To do the whole arm.
No, to do Matt down the rest of the
We
arm,
might
just his
have
face.
I might have it. Hold on. Hopefully I
Hey,
don't lose.
Garry, can I ask a favor?
Sure.
Of the GarrForce crew here, if possible, if you're on Facebook and you can just go, oh yes, band. We're trying to get to 3,000 followers, and we're really close. Oh yes, band on Facebook. If you could just like us, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Doing it
We are
now.
really close. We
It's
did
all
that
about the
in
numbers.
we did that in 2 weeks. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I want to thank you for what you've contributed to this show over the past year. And hopefully in 2024, we can do a remote broadcast from the barn. That's my goal.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
That would
nice.
be great.
We have
Yeah.
to do. We'll have.
We'll
We'll bring Timmy too. We'll get Timmy.
Exactly.
Yeah, boy, if we could, he's in Los Angeles, we could bring him in and then get Will Lee to stop by and just
That would
do
be
a super
intimidating.
jam.
It'd be.
For
Awesome.
me.
It would be awesome. Yeah.
Well,
we're gonna,
I'll let you guys go because I know you got to get ready to play, so you got to head out.
Thanks for having us.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
Happy New
guys.
Year. Thank you for everything.
All right. Thank you.
Never want to hear that sound in a
somebody's
studio.
blessed. Goodbye. Hello, Mr. Letterman. Hello. All right. There are some talented people out there, huh?
Yeah.
And we're
How do we get what they're? I want what they're having.
Yeah, and at least we get to be around them.
I wrote some really fun stories today. Yeah, great. And other people are creating fabulous music and all that.
Well, we all have our skill sets, right?
Right.
Like Ryan, he does a fantastic job with the Wisconsin Report. Ryan, why don't you check in and we'll pay homage to the sponsors and then hear what you have to say. Good. And Hank's birthday was yesterday, your son Hank.
Yes, he said it's the darkest day of the year. That's what he tells everybody. So
and that's when he was born.
Literally.
Yep, the darkest, literally. Yes. So he had a good birthday. The week before he had his bowling party with all his friends, but last night was just low key. So
and you asked me to do a birthday greeting, which I did, and I like the fact that he has a walnut weasel that he goes around the yard, this device that picks up walnuts. And I didn't know that existed, but that's a funny little thing. Somebody invented the walnut weasel.
Yeah, and the other funny thing is you said, "Hey, it's Uncle Garry," and then Garry, he says to me, "I didn't know Garry was my uncle." And then he goes into Garry because he hears the opening, so it's just kind of funny. But he enjoyed that very much.
Did you take him to Olive Garden?
We didn't. We just hung out we had family over, so it was just low key at the house.
Because that's one of his fave places, right?
It is. And then the big gift this year, one of the big gifts, there's a place in UP right over the border in Michigan that you can go up and book an hour with capybara babies, the little babies. So you can feed them and do that. So we're doing that on the 31st. We're driving up to the UP to spend some time with capybaras.
And you had like a capybara cake, and I mean, he was a capybara for Halloween.
Yep.
This has not faded.
No. So he was
before
dancing around the house.
I thought it was a drink at Starbucks before you told me what it was. I didn't know what the hell it was.
So
it is the largest rodent on the planet, isn't it?
Yes.
From South America.
South America. That's correct.
Thank you.
So that's our New Year's Eve fun is headed up there. So,
and we're going to take care of some business, some birthday wishes coming in for Hank.
Yep.
And we're going to do that, and then you have a report.
I just have some photos this week. Everybody's kind of under the weather, I know, including me. So I just did some photos, and then I have just a couple stories.
We'll riff on that, but first, Bettenhausen Automotive has a message for y'all.
Bettenhausen, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram has that perfect certified pre-owned vehicle for you on 159th Street in Tinley Park. During the Wrap Up the Year sales event, get a certified 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee for $29,500 or this certified 2021 Jeep Wrangler for $33,990. Upgrade your sleigh with this 2022 Dodge Challenger for $46,990. Your best certified pre-owned buying experience starts now at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
And Leslie has a certified pre-owned Bettenhausen vehicle that she loves.
I do. It's just a fantastic vehicle. It was a fantastic buying experience. And it wasn't just because they're our sponsor. It's what every single person experiences when they show up at Bettenhausen.
Yeah.
Great.
Merry Christmas from their house to yours. And David Hochberg is your mortgage guy. He knows all about that stuff, and he's been doing it a long time. He has a free consultation that he'll give you. You plug in the numbers. What are you buying? What do you got? What's your credit score? They'll figure it out for you, and this is what your payment's going to be. And you start with a free consultation by calling that number, and then you go from there. And David knows all about this stuff. He's a really smart guy. I know the rates have come down a pinch from what they were several months ago. And this might be the time, and they might come down further in the next 6 months, a year, and then you refi again. That's how this works. But he knows all about that. That's what he does. All right, Ryan.
Got some good photos. So
All right,
here's
let's
the
whip them
first
out.
one you might recognize.
That's Merry Christmas from Flynn.
Oh,
He's got his little Christmas
he's
sweater
got his
on there.
sweater on. How does
Look at
he?
that
Does
face.
he mind putting a sweater on, or
Not really. He's pretty good about it. I put boots on him every time I walk him, and he wears them. And look
still
at that
to
face.
this very day? Look
If
at
I had
what
that
I have.
face, how far could I get in the
Oh.
world? My God, look at that.
Oh my God. People would be throwing money at you every single day.
I mean, really.
Speaking of
Oh.
holidays,
Oh,
here we go. Christmas
Oh
81.
my.
Oh my. Oh, that's
Wow.
40 some years ago.
Is that
Jeez.
Serpico or Cat Stevens? I'm not sure who that is.
The thought cloud above the head is almost, how you doing? How you doing?
How you
Oh my
doing?
God, that was my look.
Wow.
Yeah.
No necklace. That's it's an interesting. What was that jacket made out of?
It's a winter
Shark skin.
jacket.
Shark skin.
Yeah, it's just shark skin. That was one of my favorite fabrics, as you know from
Don't
listening.
wash it. Whatever you do, don't wash it.
Don't
right?
wash.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Oh, we got to pay homage to Vera Ellen. This is it. Got to watch White Christmas this weekend. There she is with her 18-inch waist, getting tossed. I'm surprised when they were doing these dance routines, they just didn't throw her off the set. She was so light.
And you hear a snap, and that was the end of Vera Ellen.
Yeah, exactly. Right in half.
There you go.
All right. And
in case you want some gas for Christmas,
if you need some gas cans, if you're giving gas for Christmas because it's cheaper than it was a year ago, there you go. Gas cans on sale, $13.44.
Those are the no drip style.
Yes, those are the no drip.
They are more environmentally sound than other gas cans. Oh, I'm learning all this stuff.
They're a pain in the butt.
That's what I've
the old
heard.
style, because you have to pull on it, and it's just a pain.
Yeah. So give gasoline. This is another. This is from Tracy, and this is one of her gifts from a couple years ago. Always thinking of staying warm. That's the main thing. And you can see that works.
Oh,
there you go.
There you go.
Okay. And I'm wondering if Timmy's still around to see this. He's probably seen this. Somebody did
he
that
had to take off.
computer generated stuff where they aged the Beatles to what they'd look like now.
Wow.
Huh. Paul looks very similar. Oh, wait.
No.
That's what Paul looks like. So, okay.
Yep. And I don't know this one. Did I
That's
send
the
you
capybara babies that we're going to go see.
Okay. There they are. Okay.
Oh my God. Is
And
it
then the other-
legal to own a capybara in Wisconsin? Because
No.
a lot of shit is very legal in Wisconsin that's not legal other places. Like taking your kid to a bar up until recently was you could give them a couple of drinks as long as they were with mom and dad.
And the public service and message this week is, if you get hot cocoa bombs for Christmas, those ones you put in milk and they turn into hot chocolate, they're not for the bath. I was in line before the show getting some of them, and there was a man that said have a crappy Christmas after the lady told him that his wife shouldn't put them in the bathtub.
Oh, and again, you encounter some kind of weirdo every week. It seems you.
But he thought it was like the bath bombs. You know, you can get those things that fizz in the bath, and he thought the hot cocoa bombs were that, and he was going to get them for his wife. So he was upset that she couldn't put them in the bath. I guess she could. It'll just be chocolatey.
Chocolate mess.
Chocolate in your schnauzer.
The story we heard about Natalie Wood, and when she and
Dennis Hopper,
Dennis Hopper and
Dennis
somebody
Hopper
else.
and James Dean.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're celebrating their
They first
early
went
success
to Hollywood together, and they got success, I guess, at the same time. Although she was a child star, it must have been they got something good, and they were all friends, so they decided to celebrate with champagne baths. And Dennis Hopper told the story on the radio show that when she got into the bathtub, they realized right away that champagne stings.
Yeah. So
As you would
follow
expect it
the
would.
directions. Yes.
Yeah.
So
okay. And is that it?
That is it. That's all I have.
All right. Merry Christmas, Ryan.
Merry
Good job
Christmas.
this year. Thank you.
Take
Have a
care
good
of
week.
yourself.
And
I
yeah,
will.
he's under
Everybody's
the
kind of
weather.
under the weather. Yeah. So thank you.
Yep.
So we do have a giveaway.
Yes, let's set that up right now.
Let's do that. And since it's Christmas, it's going to be hashtag Christmas because it's
Very
Christmas.
simple.
There you go. We've got a Buddy Bear car wash backpack for you because they are the people who provide the music for our shows.
Yes, all
And we've
music
been
played on the GarrForce, sponsored by Buddy Bear Car Washes.
And we've been playing a lot of it this week because Gary's been in a festive
Christmas.
holiday mood.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks to our friends at, well, let's hold off on that. Let's talk about Tracy from Wisconsin. In addition to providing you with a Santa with a strategically placed cap and our PP Santa, this is the woman who also gives us bendables and ball liquors. So you guys will be getting those.
And I got a raspberry Kringle from her.
I did too. Oh my God. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Thank you, Tracy. Oh,
Delish.
we had our friend Rick Kempfer on a couple of weeks ago about this new book about the loop, when Garry looked like Serpico. Those were the days. But I found this in a drawer. I was just digging around, and
An
so
old radio station key ring.
there you go. And it's an original. It's probably the last one I have. So it is a collector's item. We have the refrigerator magnets, custom made by our own Ellen Delinka. And I think this is 11 of 15. So these are a limited, supply that we have of these. We have now our Oh Yes swag. So in addition to koozies and bracelets, we also have an Oh Yes t-shirt. I saved one. So it's a woman's medium with a V-neck. It's very nice. And we started talking tattoos, so I had to pull out some of the tattoos that you can put on and take off. They are the best kind. They are not permanent.
Yeah, temporary.
And finally, the gift that started it all, the wine condom. So there you go. Hashtag Christmas. There you go.
All right, we'll hit the computer in just a couple of minutes. And koozies and bracelets was the morning show on a station we worked at.
They were good. I mean, they were actually worth turning the radio on for, which, well, never mind. Do you want to hear a story?
I do.
And I teased some this morning on our pre-show, and I think I'm going to hold on to those because this one just came to me today and I had to go with it. A holiday stunt went terribly wrong during a Christmas event in Russia this week. What was supposed to happen involved a train climber dressed as Grandfather Frost, aka Santa Claus, descending the side of a high-rise building to a square below where he was to hold a meet and greet with a large gathering of children and their families. But at around the 24th floor, something went terribly wrong. You know where this is going. Father Christmas then plunged to the ground in front of all these horrified onlookers. Some initially thought it was part of the stunt, but the aftermath proved otherwise. The company that staged the event issued a statement calling the incident a monstrous misfortune, and they promised to ensure that nothing of this sort ever happens again.
That reminds me of that story at that zoo where they started cutting up animals and feeding them to other animals. Remember that?
Marius, I believe. Marius, perhaps, is the name of the giraffe that ended up getting dissected and fed to lions.
Yeah, they chainsawed these animals right in front of kids. They said that's how it goes. That's the ecology of animal life, that they feed those animals. The ones that they can't breed them anymore because they're inbred or whatever.
There was too much inbreeding.
Oh,
News, traffic, weather. Sorry.
News, traffic, weather, sports, and 15 minutes of stuff that you really don't need. We'll be right back.
We also had the story just recently about the high school in Alaska where they brought in a big giant dead bull moose and then dissected that for the kids or field dressed it. So in addition to getting a biology lesson, they learned how to save the savoriest parts of a moose for consumption.
How do you bring a big moose into the biology lab?
It looked like it was on a gurney. And
Okay.
it was done. And one other Christmas story. Meanwhile, police in Texas say they know who's behind the Christmas light vandalism affecting residents of the city of Hutto. Some initially blamed local kids for all these severed wires, cutting people's holiday displays off, and it turns out it was bunnies. All the native cottontails are behind the damage. There's not much that can be done about it, but to keep the wires off the ground as much as possible to deter the cottontail rabbits from chewing on the wires.
Okay.
There
That's
you
what
go.
animals do. They like to chew.
There.
And they have nothing else to do. What's your day as an animal? Think about any animal.
Oh, I mean, aside from Flynn, who gets to put on a sweater and pose for
Right.
the camera, it gets kind of boring most of the time. I
Do
would think.
say squirrels do then these birds are just waiting. Do squirrels sleep all night and then get up and then run around for nuts or sleep 2 hours? How does that work?
I've seen them sleeping in tree branches on a hot day. They kind of spread out, and,
Right.
like the rest
But
of us,
just-
trying to get maximum air coverage. But I
Yeah.
just
Is it just a disco nap? What do they do? Okay. It's time to give stuff
One eye
away. It's
open.
the Christmas package. And Alan, are we ready to hit that button? Is there music or do I have to make music?
We can add the music.
All right.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Oh, or that.
There it is. Here we go. Here we go. You want to say hello to somebody?
Hello, somebody. Merry Christmas,
Hey, Johnny.
Paul.
Hey, it's Johnny from
Johnny,
Michigan.
Cindy.
Cindy.
What?
Hey, that was a very quick stop. And Cindy, what should she do, Alan?
Cindy, please send your mailing address to Garry Meier Show at GarryMeier.com or text it to 773-888-2157. Regular charges apply. And Leslie will head over to the post office, which I'm sure will be really empty this week, and get that stuff out to you. Oh, wait, maybe not.
So, speaking of such, I did get to the post office this week a little late. First, there was some confusion about a previous winner. We didn't get your deets straight right off the bat. I think that was Banana Man. But you should be seeing your present tomorrow, just in time for Christmas. You and last week's winner, who was... darn it. Sorry if I screwed up your name. I'm missing it. But yeah, everybody's presents are in the mail.
By the way, listener Lori was at the Family Dollar store, and they have Christmas, Valentine's Day, and Easter candy out.
Oh, well, that's good.
Just get it all out
it's really
there.
kind of all the same. Isn't that where we found out that, like, a lot of those Easter bunnies, when you unwrap them, look a lot like Santa? They just kind of melt the face off a little bit and put different tinfoil on them.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, let us say goodbye and wish you all a Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you on Christmas. We have a show for Christmas.
Yes,
and it is now time for cannoli. Holiday cannoli, there it is. Delicious. And what about the schnauzer for Christmas weekend?
Why not get a Christmas tattoo on your schnauzer? Lots of tattoo talk, and apparently all the kids are doing it.
Okay, full sleeve?
Oh, whatever your tattoo can handle. Or
Yeah,
your
baby.
schnauzer. What the hell? Okay.
Whatever. All right, it is 3 in the green. Gear is down, flaps are down, shitter's full. America's podcast, the GarrForce, the voice of the globe, has landed.
Hey, this is Greg Potter. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
And that's it for all the news and nonsense here at the GarrForce.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce.
Thanks for streaming. Like, subscribe, and be kind. But no need to rewind. It sure would be terrific if you subscribe to the GarrForceLIVE YouTube channel.
More eyeballs.
If you are watching this show recorded, that button is right here. And if you'd like to look at past episodes, try that button.
Boom. Shakalaka.
That's it.
Pretty good, huh?
All right, how do you shut this thing off?